Greetings from Podcastville. It's the Church of What's Happening Now, brought to you by, and we're welcoming them back, my favorite, MeUndies. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and love is in the air. That means it's perfect time to look that special someone right in their little baby blues and tell them how much you care by saying those 3 special words. Match my undies. That's right. MeUndies has matching underwear for you and your girl. That's got a little special prints on them to get you in the mood for Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have a special someone, MeUndies has something even better. If you got a dog or a cat, they can match them too. So they can have little MeUndies for your little buddy bands. Bandanas made from their signature micro-modal material so your dog can look just like you. Listen, they're man's best friends for a reason. Plus, MeUndies, they fucking got everything. They got socks, loungewear, joggers, robes, slippers, even baby clothes. Honest to God, right now I got MeUndies on. I wear MeUndies still to this day. They're the most comfortable fucking underwear out there. And I tell you this with the all sincerity in my heart. Do yourself a favor right now. Go to MeUndies.com/Joey and get 15% off and free shipping on your first purchase. Plus, you get MeUndies 100% satisfaction guarantee. You're like, Joey, what's that? 15% off, free shipping, 100% guarantee. MeUndies.com/Joey, Joey. One more time for the cheap seats. MeUndies.com/Joey, 15% off with your first purchase. Plus, we're going to give you free shipping, all right? And slip into something more comfortable like MeUndies. No more of those fucking tighty-whities. You look like a fucking jerk-off anyway. Okay, Quigley.
What's up?
Where the fuck you been? You look beautiful.
I love you.
Are those hair extensions or?
No, that's my hair.
It looks beautiful long.
Oh, I love you. Thank you. I was just working out, and then you called me. Here we are.
I called because it was just one of those couple days, man.
I love that. But we have the best podcast when we're both we just need a pick-me-up. Let's do it.
I just need to pick me up. I'm at the month end, not strong. It's a rough week in L.A., you know. You were talking about gay bars before. Let's just get it out of the fucking way.
Get into the gays.
We moved here, and we didn't have a kid. So when we moved here one night, my wife and I were sitting here. Nobody invited us to a Super Bowl party.
Okay.
And we said, let's take a walk around the neighborhood. We walked around the neighborhood. We walked into this fucking bar. And we're sitting there, and the game turns on, and they got people bringing food. All these guys are bringing food, like cakes and
for the Super Bowl.
For the Super Bowl, and they got a pool table, and they had all the food on top of there. And after about 20 minutes in, maybe 30 minutes, I don't know, I'm having a tequila, whatever the fuck I'm having. I probably got an edible in me.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, my wife goes, "You do know we're in a gay bar." And I go, "How do you know?" She goes, "Well, fucking beside the chubby lesbian over there with the military haircut and the flag hanging, they had a flag as a tarp hanging over the thing." And again, I didn't get up and leave. I had a fucking great time.
Sure.
I ended up watching the Super Bowl. I ate some food. One guy recognized me from the store. He was an open micer. "I'm surprised you're even here," you know, all that shit. I told him my wife was here. He looked at me, "We're sure," you know, that type of shit.
That's hilarious.
But then I didn't know. I don't know nothing about the gay culture.
Yeah.
But then more and more when we met Eric, and then you have a gay friend, the Chinese guy or whatever the fuck. Korean. And then you guys are telling me that there's fucking, like, if you want to be a conservative gay guy, like if you want to be like, you know, the people that buy, when the Boston Red Sox go to the World Series,
right? Yeah,
and people buy Boston hats.
Oh, so yeah, they're fair weather.
Those are the gay people that go to Santa Monica Boulevard.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
But
West
the hardcore people,
they come to the Valley.
They come to the Valley.
Yeah, I didn't.
Is this true?
It's true. I didn't discover.
Now, there's no bar called The Mouthful.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, I'm sure there's somewhere.
Eric told me that there's a bar called The Mouthful.
That's your friend, your gay friend you talk about?
Yes.
Okay. All I know is I have a gay uncle and his husband who live up the street from here. And so I was taking them out to a gay bar after I met up with you one night. And you were like, "You got to take them to the Mouthful. I heard there's a teepee in the back. They get their dick sucked," or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. My uncle and me spent the whole night trying to find this place. We're like Googling Mouthful, Los Angeles, West Side. It's not. There's no place, but there's a place like that. I think the Mouthful is like, Not the real name of the place.
They keep switching them out there.
So
They switch names
all right, because no, the gay bar that I went to
here in the valley.
Has a flag.
So now
Which one did you go to?
I went to the one around the corner on Burbank Boulevard.
The Bullet one. That's the one. No.
No,
he went.
is
To
that
I
one
went to the
called?
one right over
There's
here.
one before the Bullet, which has a flag outside.
That's the
Nah.
one where I got robbed.
There's one on Burbank Boulevard
yeah.
after Vineland and all that shit.
Yep.
I dropped Eric off.
It's
That's the
bigger.
Bullet.
That's the Bullet.
Oh,
okay?
wait.
That's the Bullet.
That's the one with 3 rooms.
Now, let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
Right. Let me tell you what happened. That used to be a Mexican restaurant.
Across the street, there's a big yellow one, right?
But no, that
Oh, that
fucking
one
place,
itself? Okay.
the Bullet, used to be like a Mexican
Oh, yeah?
Argentinian restaurant. And all of a sudden what they did was they took this gay bar over here and they switched them. Because that's why they started selling tacos in front of there at night.
That place is
That place
crazy.
moved over there.
Dude.
So I dropped Eric off in there one night. I knew that was the Bullet Bar, but I knew that somebody in my circle has mentioned, let me tell you what this gay bar is. I'm going to tell you what the gay bar is. You have to go
But if they realize
past
you're
Laurel Canyon, and after 2 or 3 blocks, you got to make a left. And you go into a neighborhood, and it's like warehouses and recording studios. And back there, you park. Because one night, I went to do Eddie Bravo's podcast.
and it was there.
And his podcast started at 11.
Yeah.
And when we came out, we were smoking. You couldn't smoke in the studio. This has to be 5-6 years ago. So I'm putting all these pieces together now. And at the corner, it was hopping. It was
It's on the corner.
It's on like a dead end type street. Nobody knows they're there. The purple lights are there. There must have been 20 guys outside with their fucking hats on. And then when I got in the car that night to leave, I said, let me see what the fuck it is. And it's like, it's a weird neighborhood in North Hollywood. It's half residential, but a couple warehouses.
I wonder if it's the same location.
So this is why I thought that was the mouthful. It's really hidden. Where John Evan has his jiu-jitsu school.
Right, yeah, I know.
Is
Back
that
there, across the street is a strip club that nobody talks about. I hear if you go in there with $100, they'll around the world you. I don't know what the name
What
of
does
the
that
strip
mean?
club is.
what's around the world?
They'll lick your balls in your asshole and suck. But it's by a woman who's got shot twice, just got out of prison. It's
Visible
not, it's
herpes
not
sores.
something. When I used to go train jiu-jitsu with John Evan, I would see guys going in there for lunchtime. And I asked John about that one time. I go, Professor, do you ever go over there after class at night? And he goes, that's not the kind of strip club
But you're
really
right.
want to go to.
There's two, because I always went to strip clubs. I go to strip clubs on
Now,
the road.
what do you hear about the strip clubs in the valley? You
I've
fuck
been to
people at the
two.
bars. Lee said he went to one where there was videos.
Yeah, that's the one I thought you were talking about. Yeah,
The gay bar.
that's the gay bar.
With Eric.
There's two in the valley that I've been to that are both. You got to understand, like, for the people listening, like, most of us go to gay bars where, like, straight girls go because guys don't flirt with you, but the gay guys love you and everything's happy and bubbly and rainbows. These are like if like the seediest gay dudes, like a gay mob, ran a club. That's how you have to even go down the one you're talking about with the videos.
Yeah.
You have to go down a little side alley thing to walk in, and then there's 3 rooms. If they think you're straight, or if you're me, they didn't even they wouldn't let me in the back room. The back room is like the sex, like everybody's fucking. I think that's your TP thing.
I think you might have gone to his side one, because the one that we're talking about, the Bullet, you just go right on Burbank, and they let me right in.
Did they charge you a cover?
No, but it was an off night after. I've only went once.
Wait, but is this the one with the video screens and the porn playing everywhere?
Yeah.
That's the same one I went
That's
to.
the one on Burbank by the Chinese.
By our old office, sort of.
They probably didn't
Okay.
let you in the back. Somebody's got to tell you about the back. It's
Oh
like,
no, I went to the back with the tent. I didn't go in the tent.
you went all the way back there?
Yeah.
They totally gave you a gay pass. They would not
Well, yeah,
even let me in.
my buddy took me on a tour.
I was with 2 gay dudes, and a guy was very, like, you never think at a gay bar a guy's going to step to you and be mean. Because, that happens at straight bars.
I love it. I had the best experience. Everyone was so nice to me there. He took me around, It was raining, so I don't think anyone was in the tent that night. But I was so
I didn't get to see the tent.
it looks like one of those homeless tents under the bridges. It's like it's barely standing
I
up.
can't imagine what it smells like in that tent. Men's feet, men's ass, and like dead sperm on the floor. Because the jizz just comes out of their muffler. I don't.
Do you want me to show you? Because I
You have
no,
pictures?
I don't want you
not
to show
the tent,
me.
but I know you hate Yelp, but they have the best Yelp.
Really?
All right, let's read the Yelp review.
Because they have.
This is what goes on, and guys like me don't know this shit exists. So when I found out about all these stories, and then my gay neighbor and his stories, I was like, there's a secret foundation.
Dude.
There's like a secret island of that goes on in the valley.
My gay bestie, he'll do like, some people how they'll like party for a week and then take 2-3 weeks and not do anything at all. And then they'll do like a bender. He does that with fucking dudes. And it's the funniest. I mean, we were on the road together at 2 p.m. He's like, hey, do you mind if I go up the street? This guy on Grindr, he wants to hook up. I'll be back in like an hour. I'm like, you just found a stranger to go fuck, like an appointment? He's like, yeah, but I'll be back. Then he comes back. Then later, he's like, I have a date. I'm like, when? He's like, in an hour. He went on 2 fuck dates before the show and another one after the show.
Look at this.
Is this it?
This is my favorite Yelp in the entire world.
I can't tell if this is the one. Wait, this is in Santa Clarita.
No, this is in Burbank.
Oh my God! Just knowing that Lee
Look at
went
the
on
mask.
Yelp
Oh my
for
God.
a gay
Lee.
bar.
Why were you on
let
Yelp? Did you
know
review
what
it?
I deal with.
Did you review
This
this
is
bar?
not-
Look, I looked it up because look at this stuff.
They had a photo.
Leather dog.
Oh, this is awesome though. Dude.
I love this. I love all this shit. I grew up in that. New York was eccentric for this shit.
No,
They
this
were not, and they
is
were doing
awesome.
this. They were doing this when you weren't allowed to be gay in New York. When I was a kid, like you couldn't tell people you could be gay in New York.
Such
They had
fun.
underground bars, and that's where we'd go. I would go to one in Guttenberg, New Jersey, to get coke, and they would fucking be doing disgusting stuff in there.
Who's that guy? I know that guy. Sorry.
Bears, whatever. Oh my God!
Who's that? I know him.
No, let's read the.
Who is that?
Let's see. I haven't checked the reviews.
I was immediately
The fuck is-
contacted by Madeline.
Wait, let's read some of the reviews. Yeah. Just visited for the. Hold on. Just say yes to everything. That's the best. The staff bartenders.
Oh my God! How is there a Yelp review for gay bars, ladies and gentlemen? I am learning something. Just say yes to everything. The staff, the bartenders, even the patrons, all great, all smiles, all loving and downright needed. Is the part of town. I can only hope this hole in the wall stays.
That's a gay guy's
pristine
review.
as it is.
My
It
review
might
is
be generous with the use of adjectives, but I'd take the bullet over the we hold joint hands down to no hesitation. Come on by and see the Valley vibes are all about. I wanted to go, but as soon as I walked on the Saturday night, the place reeked of cigarette smoke. How is that legal? You're getting fucked in the ass. What do you give a fuck? Keep scrolling. I've been prolonged Yelp hiatus. Because, can you go a little down more? You know I'm blind. The other way.
dive bar.
You're going
That's the most.
away. Go up more. Up the other
Lee,
way.
are you high?
From the top. There you go. I've been
you
on a
little-
prolonged Yelp hiatus because I found that soliciting strategy horrendous, mob-like even, and their user base consists of goons threatening to use the platform, whatever the fuck.
Are
Wendy.
these people being
I want to
paid?
see the menu, Brenda, not your Fashion Nova outfit. Notwithstanding, I simply adore this place. Make no mistake about it. This place is a dive. Someone ralphed inside a while back ago and it smelled like throw up for a solid. The bathroom floor is constantly covered in an inch of putrid Bud Light and prep-scented urine. You
Oh my
can live
God.
out your brisket fantasies and get caramel crush smoked in the cement-covered patio. But the character, top notch. This was one of the dying breed of gay bars. Everyone now wants fancy cocktails, and they'll drink by themselves, tucked away in a corner, while thumbing through the hookup apps and drag performers. This place has a raunchy old-school skin flicks and locals that actually strike a conversation with you. It has a special night that caters to many whims and subcultures of the LGBT community. Underbear is a personal favorite to Uber Hazard men. It has some of the nicest bartenders I've ever met in a gay bar and a decent Sunday beer break. While you may be hard-pressed of Sauvignon beverage. You had a Chi-Chi bar. This place is legit, and there's always parking around the neighborhood. That's the Dive Bar. Welcome all the cheap drinks. Awesome place to just have a drink and chill. We'll wear some nice, have special events, and there's a cover. Also, adult movies play on the screen.
I love it.
This one of the few gay bars in the valley, but probably the best. The staff is beyond friendly and will greet you with a smile and stiff paw. And this neighborhood bar, great events, bear nights with soul music Sundays, drag bingo, movie nights, even PJ underwear events. It's a great scene without the WeHo attitude. Went for Underbear Night for the first time. I will be back. Had so much fun.
What is Underbear Night? We got to look this up. What
Still
hell
the
is
best.
that?
Levi Leather Gay Bar in the entire Los Angeles area. Intimate, friendly, and full of good times. Keep scrolling.
You missed the best part.
I got to look
For
up
the Underbear Night, I will be back. Had so much fun. Hot guys, yummy shots. Also the tent.
Oh my
The tent.
This is fucking crazy, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, but here's the best. I went on a trans night, and I've never gotten hit on more in my life. Not at a straight
Now,
bar.
what's a trans night?
Trans night is just
Is the name of it, Kate? We're not offending anyone.
No. That was what they called it.
Okay.
Trans night. It was like the performers. There were dancers, and they were all transgender dancers. I don't know if they were post-op, pre-op, what, but I just thought it was interesting that I got hit on more than I ever have at a straight bar, a sports bar. And I was like, I wonder if they think I'm trans or if they think I'm a girl. Like, I wanted to ask people, but I didn't want to offend anyone, so I just didn't. But I've never gotten more action. Like, I left feeling like $1 million. I mean, I didn't hook up, but I felt great about it.
Can you imagine hooking up with a guy with a big fucking dick? What would you do if he had tits and he took you home and he had like a 12-inch cock?
If I didn't notice the tits before I got there, you mean?
Yeah.
No, he's transgender.
Depends what he looks like. No, but he's saying I wouldn't, if I saw the tits right away, I wouldn't probably go home with her because I would think it was a girl, and I only go home with girls when it's like a guy-girl scenario.
Well, this is it. This is the perfect combination. That's like In-N-Out, the burger with the fries. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it doesn't get no better than that.
But if I went home with a hot guy and then it turned out he had little boobs, little ones I didn't notice. I mean, at that point, I'd probably be drunk enough. I'd probably still do it if I was turned on. It depends. But if I go home with a stranger, I'm pretty desperate in the first place.
How's it been with you? You have a boyfriend yet? Or is this
No
still
boyfriend.
fucking-
I have a crush. No boyfriend. But I did have my first ever real legit one night stand in Phoenix. Oops, I shouldn't have said where. But who
Give
cares?
the caveat, though, that you said when you came in.
I said that wasn't a football player, but the only reason I said that is because that I feel like shouldn't count because that's like an accomplishment. You know what I mean? That'd be like if you hooked up with like Victoria's Secret model. That doesn't count as a one night stand. That's like
never going to happen.
But I mean, you wouldn't call that a one night stand. You'd call that like a bucket list goal. That's true. And I've only hooked up with Lee. Anyway.
You hooked up with whole fucking football.
No, I have not.
Half the
no, I
NFL
haven't.
has your fucking phone number.
Yeah, phone number, but I don't hook up with them.
No, they just have your phone number because they want to talk to you about
We're
counseling.
friends.
I'm surprised you haven't sucked Antonio Brown's dick. I'm really
No.
Yeah, I heard him yelling at his wife.
No.
I'm like, that could have been Kate right now. You fucking dirty whore.
I know.
Poppy, I love you. When he told the kid, Poppy, I love you. You fucking prejudiced cops. I'm surprised you haven't dated Antonio Brown.
I was actually.
You should fucking look him down. Get his number.
What? No.
I'm gonna send you a
I'm trying to do better,
You
Joey.
just went on a blind date with one of Paulie Shore's friends, and you can't do me a favor and go on a blind date with Antonio Brown.
I mean, I'll go for you.
He's a nice guy.
I'll go for you.
He's a nice
yes,
guy.
Yes, I would go.
He's got a little bit of money left. You could take it all.
It's not a blind date because I know what he looks like.
He's a handsome dude. He's got burnt black feet.
Joey.
He does.
Joey.
He does. He burnt his feet in a fucking...
He got frostbite.
Frostbite in a fucking cryotherapy. He went in there with no socks on, which... Listen, I go in there and I'm scared. I got to wear the fucking high sock. I couldn't even go to freeze because I couldn't put my chubby fucking hamstring sock. It's got to be above the hamstring. It's got to be above the Achilles tendon because your Achilles tendon will freeze in the cryotherapy. How he went in there barefoot is beyond me.
Stupid.
That is the guy that you're looking for. That is the guy we should have fixed you up with a long time
I'm
ago.
not going to lie.
Get Antonio Brown on the phone.
No.
Let's get him on the Twitter.
No.
We have somebody who
I'm
wants
trying to do
date
better,
him.
Joey.
He just got off house arrest.
Yeah.
Guys,
he's perfect
I'm
for
trying
you.
so hard. How sad is it that like I asked a guy the other day that I'm like just talking to, I said, I said, I only have one question. Have you ever been to jail for hitting a woman? And he said, no. But then I was thinking like how sad it is that that's like where my love life is at, that's like my, bare minimum for what I need out of a guy.
So back to this hookup. How did it go down?
Okay.
A to Z.
I never hooked up on the road.
Don't miss out a fucking detail here because I got investigators.
Okay. I never hook up. I've hooked up on the road, but even when I have, it's always like on the second or third time I meet the guy. Like I make these poor guys actually like, it's almost like they have to date me to even hook up on the road. They come 2 nights or 3 nights. This was the first ever, like, we did the show Sunday night. After the show, we were planning fully to drive back to LA. The car was packed. We were like, we gave the condo keys back. We were leaving. And then what happened was there was a guy in the audience of my show who I thought was cute. And that never happens. And we started talking and we had a mutual friend. So then I said to Aiden, my opener, I said, listen, I kind of wanted to talk to this guy a little longer. Can we just do 1 drink down the street, half an hour at the Blue Martini, and we'll bounce? And he's like, okay. We go into the Blue Martini. It was a private party for some kind of like R&B hip hop group. And it was just packed with like hot, young black dudes. And it's not like I only like black, but I kind of like black dudes. So when I walked in and
I saw you were there with a guy already.
Well, yeah, I wasn't there with a guy. It was a group. He had his whole group of friends. But when we came in, I talked to him for a little while, the guy I came in with, and then I started to get distracted by other people. And then Aiden's like, hey, Kate, we should probably get going. And I said, Aiden, I think I'm going to fuck somebody here. I never do that. I've never done it. And he was like, do you feel like you really need it? And I was like, I kind of do. It's been like a month. I'm really horny.
Which means 2 hours.
No, Joey. It had been like a month. The last guy was...
Last night I called Lee. I go, Lee, how much money we got? Tell me the truth. I'm thinking of opening up a restaurant with you and Steve Simone. Whatever number he told me, I told him it's 10,000 more.
Come on.
Because I know you motherfucker.
I don't lie about this stuff.
It's not that you lie. It's that, you never want
think
to
I
show
forget
me a full
people?
hand. Huh?
No, I don't. I show you. I tell you. You know that. I tell you everything. I really hadn't. The last guy was the guy that I put
Now, how does a one-night stand happen? I mean...
That's what's crazy.
It's been so fucking weird now with Me Too and how you have to be careful with people. We say these stories on the road. Not to interrupt you or anything like
That's
this.
okay.
We had this situation a couple weeks ago that I thought of. A guest on the podcast, a former guest of ours on the podcast, not a bad guy, musician, gets accused of dating a 16 and a 17-year-old girl. I read the article, and the first thing I remember was, you really want me to tell you? I remember thinking about Paris Hilton on David Letterman. She does an interview on David Letterman when she was hot, when she was getting into trouble. This had to be 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And she goes, so when did you start being a party diva? And I was basically 14.
I'm sure she was.
Okay. She goes, well, what would you do? And she goes, I would sneak out of my window at night and go to all the top clubs in the city.
I believe it.
Let me ask you a question, Kate. Let's be honest amongst us as human beings. I mean, not me, because it never happened to me. One time it happened to me. But when you're 15, Kate, do you go out to fuck a 15-year-old guy when you run out your window?
I was on a mission. Every guy had to be like 4 years older.
Yeah.
You're a freshman, you go for the seniors, and after that,
it's kind of weird, So I'm thinking of these allegations that he dated her through high school. I'm thinking about Don Johnson marrying Melanie Griffin when she was 17. I'm thinking about the 70s when it was rumored that if right now in the 70s you could actually charge Jimmy Page with statutory rape because he dated a 14-year-old that he took with him on the road.
That's a little
when
young.
He was on the States. If a girl,
But if she looks 18, maybe.
I mean, I have a daughter, so I get it. I get the whole thing. But this is something that, right now we're going through some tough times now. You got to watch what listen, we're entertainers. If you want me to fucking sit here as a comedian and tell you that in 28 years, especially on those fucking triple runs, let me tell you something. Those triple runs are pure. It's a 3-week sex run.
Yeah, there's no way that someone didn't lie to you about their age.
I'm telling you right now, I am not a good-looking guy, and I'm telling, no, I'm not even talking about dating younger women. I'm talking about as comedians here. When you go on a triple run, I will send you on a triple run that you will come back and go, fucking Billings, Montana.
I've seen it because when I would go on the road with Jack and even like the local host, not to be a dick to say like the host shouldn't, but I mean like if you're on stage at a comedy club after the show, the audience girls that are there that are single and buzzed will flirt with you. It doesn't matter what you look like.
Oh my God.
It doesn't matter what you did.
I have stories that upon stories.
Oh, I've seen it. It's crazy.
And you sit there and go, how did this even happen? I'm not even a good-looking guy. What would have happened if I looked like George Michael? I would have fucking...
Everybody.
It would
Anybody.
have been... all you had to do in those days, Lee, was do the triple gig, kill, which you...
You don't even really have to kill.
And you go to the bar, and afterward would be ladies' night. The show has to end at 10.
Totally.
You're in Billings, Montana.
Oh, there's nothing
The
else
bar
to do.
closes at 2. There's only 2 bars in the town. It's ladies' night. There's 90 women there, and there's a certain type of woman that has a fetish that she will take you home, light your asshole on fire, suck your dick, let it come on her face, and the next day she goes to work and you leave. She'll give you a number. You call. It's a bum number. What that means is she has a fetish that she just likes to fuck and move on.
I don't even know if it's like even a fetish as much as, because this time when I did it, oh, I can tell you the secret to how the guy got laid.
How do you get laid?
Because like people can use this, which I can't believe it worked on me in hindsight. I must have been drunk as shit. We're at the club and there's a guy that's trying to talk to me the whole night who's totally cock blocking me. And by the way, Aiden, my gay bestie, kind of fucked me because when he left to go back to the condo, he handed the keys to this guy. And he said, can you make sure she gets back safe?
Oh, no.
So I was so cock blocked, right? So this guy won't leave me alone. And there's this guy I see over his shoulder that's checking me out, and he's hot. And so I keep like kind of smiling at him, hoping he'll come over. So he waits for the dude that's watching me to go to the bathroom. He comes up. He's like, is that your guy? I'm like, no, he's totally cock blocking me. I'm like, I kind of want to get out of here. Like, this sucks. And he's like, let me get your number. He's like, I'm here with some buddies. We're going to leave soon. I'll text you. He walks off. Then my dude that's watching me comes back and the bar starts closing down. So he's like, okay, it's time to go. So I didn't know what to do because I wanted to go home with the other guy or at least go do after party, something. So I made up a story. Oh God, he's going to listen to this. Oh, whatever. I made up a story that my friend was going to come pick me up and we were going to go out to some after party. So I was like, you can just give me the condo keys and take off. And so he did. And then I looked for the other guy and he was talking to another chick. And the chick and him were all like about to leave together. So then I was like, fuck, if they leave, now what am I going to do? I'm like, I got to get him. It became an instant competition. He was brilliant because what happened is then I kind of walked up. I was like, hey, I just wanted to say goodbye. And he was in a group. It wasn't just him and a chick. But he turned around. He's like, oh, you're leaving? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I'll go with you. I only walked up to him because he was with a chick. If I hadn't seen him or if he'd been like just with boys, I probably wouldn't have. But he was with another chick. It made me like, oh shit, she's hot. Maybe he's hot. Maybe I should bang this guy. So I get him. We leave. We take an Uber. And here's what's funny. I was trying to go to an after party because I was nervous to go home with a stranger. But the Uber ride around, he was so nice and funny. Like, first of all, he wanted food. More than he wanted sex. He was like, I really want to get like Carl's Jr. Like, he just wanted food so bad. I'm like, this guy's safe. Like, no, any guy that wants a burger more than he wants to fuck a stranger is like not that desperate to get laid, not going to rape you, right? So we go, he buys me food. Then we go to his place and he was really respectful. He's kind of distant. He asked me a lot of questions. He stayed on kind of farther away from me until he kind of until I felt safe. And then he was like, I don't expect anything. You can go anytime if you don't want to stay the night. Like, don't feel pressure, whatever.
That's the move.
That's the move.
That's the word.
I told my girlfriend yesterday, I go, there was this guy I went home with once, and I literally was in bed with him, making out. And I said, look, this is only like the second time we've hung out. I don't think I want to sleep with you yet. I kind of like you. And he goes, hey, I want you to do whatever makes you want to stick around for a long time. If that means we wait, we wait. He's like, I just think you're amazing. So whatever makes you want to stay. And I fucked him.
Some guys are slicker than slick. It's when you gotta.
I never fucked him again, by the way.
You know, the whole sex game is such a psychological fucking game. At the end of the day, it really is like that whole. I'm happy I'm out of it.
It's embarrassing.
Isn't that a one night stand, by the way? Just
Which one?
The one you just mentioned?
A whole life.
No, but no, that one's not because that's a person that I'm actually like still friends with. And
That doesn't matter.
well, we made out a few times after that, but we never had sex again.
Well, like, because you don't really do the apps that much, right? Because that's like, I've had probably more one night stands than relationships, I would guess.
Well, guys get more one night stands off those apps. I think. I don't know. I mean, I could never hit up a dude on an app, and I got to have the chemistry. That's why I got to talk to you for a little first.
But even the girls on the apps, they always say they want a relationship. I go expecting a relationship, like expecting it to be a date at least, and then like you hook up like the first or the second time, and then you never hear from them again.
My thing is that's weird is even with the NFL guy. By the way, there's only one. Even with the NFL guy, like when I meet these guys. I make them talk to me for like 2 hours. I got to feel like I know them a little before I can fuck them.
Hold on. Let's go back to the one night stand. So now he says, you can leave. What do? You take your shirt off. You take your panties off.
He's cute. I kind of liked him. But here's the other thing. I started to like him.
Okay.
He has kids. He's divorced. He's a sweet guy. There were things about him I liked. He's not in the business. He works in like corporate America. And so then I started thinking, maybe I could date this guy. Like, Phoenix isn't that far. So then I was like, I'll just stay the night. And he's real hot. And then I'm like, and if we don't date, who cares? He seems safe.
So what was the next move?
So then we started making out. And then, I was the one that was like, you want to go upstairs? We were making out for so long. I'm like, is he ever going to take me upstairs? I had to do everything. That was the one thing. I like guys to make the move. And there's been a lot of guys that I've gone out many times with and they never made the move because they were chicken shit and it never happened. And I would have probably fucked them. But in this case, I was just really horny. I don't know. I'm getting to that age. It's like, and I'm not saying this like people always talk shit. Like Kate just talks about sex. I'm just saying because my age, it's.
How old are you now, Kate? Legit.
Don't make me tell that.
37.
I don't want to tell. I'm not telling. I'm not telling.
37.
I'm not telling. Yes.
It's
I spilled. I'm so upset.
I'm an old man now, but I've been through, I've lived all those years, and I'll never forget sleeping with women my age for a while. Like, until I was 21. No, I'm lying to you guys. Until I was 19. And then when I was 19, I went to Basalt, Colorado.
I've been there.
And 2 girls moved next to us. And they couldn't be hotter. They were sisters. One was 29 and the other one was 26. They were Italian girls from Milwaukee. And I could look you straight in the face, Kate, and tell you that I was like, at 19, I'm like, I'm not fucking my neighbors. And there was 4.
Why?
I just knew that it was only 4 houses on that block.
Oh, you mean
we were connected?
Not because of their age, because you just didn't want to fuck your neighbors.
They were both beautiful.
Yeah, I get it.
They were both beautiful. I mean, just looking at them, they were both beautiful.
Honestly, I think it's probably the best.
They came over and knocked on the door and said, "Hi, we're Mimi and Lily. We moved in next door. We're 4 guys that are fucking killers. Okay, from North Bergen, New Jersey. One guy could fuck anything." And I'll never forget that these girls used to come over every night at 6, smoke pot with us. They would make like potato salad, whatever they would make like
potato salad.
I swear to God. I don't know how they did
You're so Jersey.
This was the craziest. This is not Jersey. This is Basalt, Colorado.
Oh, sorry.
And then another woman would come home with my friend. She was married, happily married. And she would come over to our house every night. Every night at 6 o'clock, we would have 4 or 5 women watching TV with us, and nobody would hit on these women. It was like we had become a family.
That's cool.
It was the weirdest
I
thing.
have that with people.
But the 29-year-old, I would look at her and she would say things to me.
Like?
You need to get a girlfriend. Like, she would just say little things.
Because otherwise she would...
No. It was the weirdest thing. Like, I'd never hit on her.
That's weird.
I never looked at her like that. In fact, if anything, I liked her younger sister a younger sister, I saw her sunbathing one day, and she had the hairiest pussy I had ever
You
seen.
love that.
It was coming
You
through.
want like an afro
It
growing
was
out of
coming
there.
through the shorts. At that time, I was 19. I was very easily impressed. You know, I was very easily impressed.
How much hair would you like love down there? Like you want like
she
tons.
had like a couple of pubes sticking out of the bikini type hair. Like she was
Ew.
Italian. I knew what it would smell
I'm
like.
sorry, I didn't mean to say ooh.
You know, I mean, she was a beautiful girl. And this is just what happens. This is what happens in life. I controlled myself. We were neighbors for months.
What choice do you have?
And then one day, I started talking to the older sister at night. She was a liquor chick. She worked, she was a wine expert. She was 29. She was 29. Her and I had nothing to
In
talk
common?
about in
Yeah.
common. But I think I hit the bag outside, and she would pull up at 9:45, and then she would bring me like an apple and stuff like that, and we would talk, and she would smoke a cigarette and talk to me, and she would say, I wish I could date a guy, or whatever. And we just became friends, and that went on for 2 months, and then we all went to Glenwood Springs, and I saw her in a bikini, and I was like, if I thought the younger sister was hot,
Oh yeah?
what do we got here?
Nice. I
And
love
I
it.
was like, you know what? I gotta be cool. But she also cut hair. That was her thing. She cut hair, so I needed a haircut. So she had cut my hair. And one day we're having a conversation. I see her and I go, "You off today?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "If I give you $10, give me a haircut." She's like, "Absolutely, come over." Her sister was upstairs. Tia, Leah, something's coming back to me now. This hot woman is cutting my hair with this brunette haircut.
Her boobs are like pushing on the back of your head.
She had great boobs. She had great boobs. I would keep my hands to my side. I was embarrassed. I was kind of nervous. And she asked me, what is the point with you? Why don't you at least go out and try to get a girlfriend? I go, what is it with you and me getting a fucking girlfriend?
Yeah,
She
what
goes-
is it?
She goes, you're a young guy and you're fun to be around. You should have 20 girlfriends. And
She's just flirting.
and I go, no. I go, okay, would you go on a date with me? And she goes, in a fucking heartbeat. And I go,
Damn.
you're full of shit.
Cougar.
She goes, try me. She goes, try me.
You were 19?
I was 19.
You couldn't even drink yet,
And
legally.
she had on like a shorts or something. She goes, try me. And I go, what do you mean? And she grabbed my hand and put it on her like a pussy. And she goes, so, when are you going to take me on a date? And I was like, tonight.
You know what?
And I took her to like a bar.
Yeah.
I took her to a bar, like a country western bar in Carbondale, like a gentleman. And I was real legit. And I'm like, she let me touch her pussy. I don't know what my next step is. Like, I did not know what my next step was as a man. I had never been involved in this situation before. I was always the aggressor.
Oh, I see.
That's when I realized I'm the aggressor. What am I
That's a
gonna do?
fun position for a woman occasionally. That's why women
Then,
love Halloween.
While we were eating, while we were drinking, she said to me, we started snorting. And she goes, by the way, I stopped at the pharmacy and I got a sponge. And I go, a sponge? Why would somebody tell me?
You don't even know what it is.
I didn't know what a sponge was, right? It's 1983. I'm a dumb fuck. I'm
doing
telling
chores
you.
later?
Who
I'm a
uses those
dumb-
also?
I'm
but-
a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
She goes, I got a sponge, so we'll be safe tonight. And I sat there just staring at my drink like a little girl, bro. Like,
Were you nervous, intimidated because
yes,
of her age?
I don't think I want to come home. Like, I'm trying to get, I was like you last week, trying to get out of it. I don't know how I'm going to get myself out of it.
I wasn't trying to get. I was trying to get
I
away
was
from the
trying
cock
to get out of this
blocker. I wasn't
shit.
trying to get away from the other dude.
And all of a sudden, we had a couple more beers. We had a couple more fucking bumps. And she goes, you ready to go? And I was like, I guess.
I love it. She's giving a 19-year-old. Who had the blow? You or her?
She did. We copped it.
Hilarious.
We split like a gram.
I mean, that's
19, I was legal as fuck.
You were.
I
you,
was legal as fuck. She had
That's a
every,
drink.
She could do whatever the fuck she wanted to.
I love that. Like,
She could
blow
have
isn't
fucked me in
legal
the
for
ass with
either
a
of us.
dildo. I wouldn't have given a fuck.
Oh my God! Yes, you would.
She took me home. She goes, let's go upstairs. We went up. Her sister was there. It was like nothing. It was like nothing happened. Like, we went upstairs. We went into the kitchen area. We spoke with her sister. And she goes, okay, bedtime. You ready? And I'm like, I guess. And she took me upstairs. And we went all night on the blow. And then we became like an item.
Shut up.
Dog, it was like...
You're like J-Lo and her little
She was
boyfriends.
like, I'll see you tonight. We stayed up the whole night till 8 in the morning. I'd never done that with a woman before in my whole fucking life. I was blown away. Like
she was like your Mrs. Robinson.
We fucked, we talked, we fucked, we talked, we fucked, we
That's
talked.
fun.
And then she made breakfast. I went 2 doors down. She went to work. And then every night I would go over there at 10, fuck her, we'd eat, and then I moved.
Oh,
and
to where?
And I was like, thank God. I moved to Snowmass Village, which was about 8 or 9 miles up the valley on the way to Aspen. And I thought that, and I didn't tell nobody. Like my roommates, I grew up with those motherfuckers.
Why didn't you tell anybody?
Because in those days, I didn't say nothing. I was raised on you don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're getting such a good piece of pussy.
Yeah.
You keep your mouth shut where I come from. Wait, if some fucking Ugats is giving you pussy, then you tell your friends. But when she was prime pussy.
Really?
She was making me do things.
When I get that, I'm like, my good friends? I'm like, you're saying to me, you're not going to believe who I'm.
I didn't say nothing to nobody. And then it was 4 of us. So 2 of us moved in together. And he was my Goomba. I loved Jimmy Burkle, God rest his soul. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him today. He's the one that talked me into leaving. But it was funny. She worked nights, so she would say, I'll come over at 1 and we'll hang till 3:30. I'll take a shower, and then from there I'll go to your house. I'll go to work she would work at a place called the Grog Shop. See if it's still there in Aspen.
The Grog Shop?
The Grog Shop was a wine store.
Oh.
That was like...
That sounds familiar, actually.
Listen,
I think I've been there.
if you went in there, you dropped 100. Whether you wanted to or not. I think I've been there. I think it's still there. In 1983, you dropped 100. It was all the way at the end in the corner. Mm-hmm. And what street was it on? Galena?
I think it's still there.
It says Durant. Let me check.
Durant. Yeah. Dog, I know that neighbor. Like, I used to eat it.
I love it.
So sometimes she'd give me a car.
Durant and Spring.
Can you give us a GPS coordinates?
It was just, it was fucking, Kate, it was weird, Kate.
I mean.
Like now I see older guys with girls. So then it got to the point where I didn't see her for 3 days. I moved to Snowmass. And the first day she called me, she goes, I'm coming up. I didn't even have a phone. Like I had to go to the supermarket and call her.
Hilarious.
And she called and she goes, I'll be up. Let's have a picnic.
She's like, why is the Piggly Wiggly coming up on color?
Snowmass Village is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Let's have a picnic. And I'm like, picnic? I'm from Jersey. I never had a picnic in my life.
A picnic's just code for fucking outside.
She brought apples and brie cheese. At that time in my life, I knew 2 types of cheeses. 3. I knew fucking American, Swiss, and fucking gabagool.
Who is this? She's like a princess.
Mozzarella. I swear to God.
She brought that off like an airplane.
She brought crackers. She brought glasses. She brought wine. And at that age, I didn't even understand that. I had to make believe and that I enjoyed being outside. And all I wanted to do was fuck. And I never said that. I go, listen, I love
you. Never did it in the park on a picnic?
This was wide open. This was Snowmass Village, 1983. Right. This was, if this was Aspen, I could have fucked her on the street and nobody would have cared.
There's other people around.
Me too. No, Aspen's just a sex pool.
No, I mean where you were with her. There was other
where
people.
I was. It's families. We were outside.
I love that shit.
There was a little lake.
Not with families.
There was a little lake and it had a little bridge. And I would eat mushrooms and sit there by myself sometimes from time to time. And I'll never forget that. We went back to the apartment and we were doing it in the shower and my roommate came home. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing taking it? She went to take a piss. And all of a sudden I'm like, what's going on? And I showed her and he's like, oh my God. And he ran out. I came out. We got dressed. He asked me later, he goes, how long has this been going on? And I go, this has been going on since April. And he goes, you never fucking told me. I go, there's nothing to tell. I got like a crush on her. She got a crush on me.
You're like hanging out.
I don't even know what we're doing. And we dated straight till 48 hours.
How did it end? You just moved? That was it?
No, it ended. She was a white chick, dog. And on the weekends, what does
that mean?
The first 2 months, it was about fucking and us being together and doing blow. Then she wanted to start to introduce me to her friends.
She liked you.
And I did not like that at all.
How come?
because her friends were 30 fucking years old.
Because of her age.
They were 30 years old.
That's a problem.
I was, what was I? I think at that time I was, let's say I was a hod carrier. I made $10 an hour, which is $400 a week, a hod carrier.
What's that?
I made cement and built brick walls. I fucking was a hod carrier. I fucking had made $400 a week, and my rent was whatever. Why? How could I go in front of 30-year-old women who are successful?
Well, some guys would take advantage of that and let the woman take care of them. You're a man.
No.
You're a real man.
She was like a manager up there. She had like a Volvo. A family had money.
But she would have probably
Milwaukee.
taken all care. I've dated guys that I could tell eventually were kind of using me. I mean, not even younger guys. But you know what's interesting about the whole thing is that I always dated older guys. Always. I was never.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I didn't like that Sin interview because I believe what happened. I'm not doubting anything. But it's so weird when a girl goes to a rock club at the age of 15. What do you expect you think is going to happen at the age of 15? I got to think about all these things because I got a daughter that's 7 and 15 is right around the fucking corner. You know,
times are so different.
She already asked me the other day if that her girlfriend goes to a sleepaway camp, if she'd go to a sleepaway camp. I go, are you ready to fucking sleep away from us? And she goes, I don't know. I try it. And I go,
She's never done it? I'll take her home for a night. No. I won't let her do anything. Joey, I won't let her do anything in my house. I offered him this game table.
Listen to me.
He's like, is there pussy juice on it? Can I ask mercy? I'm like, you think I would fuck on it and give it to your kid?
If I put my kid at your house, within a week, she come back. You see this rash on Lee's head?
She would not. I've never had an STD in my life.
There's an STD living
I've never had an STD. You know my list is not that long. How
many lists of sperm shots are on that
Do
mattress?
you know, I sat down with my friend. No, I almost never have guys at my place. One, only if I'm dating them. Only if we're dating, I let them come to my house. I don't want guys to have my address. I always go to their place so I can leave.
I know about 5 guys you told me you fucked in your house. That's 5.
Nuh-uh. Who? Okay, you can't say who, but no, you don't.
That's 5 loads on your mattress.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Back, on your sheets.
The guys you probably
when you fucking do
wrong.
laundry,
Shut up,
let me
Joey.
explain something to you. If you send your laundry to DNA 23andMe,
you're wrong.
You know what they would come back with if you sent just one of your
half
sheets.
the NFL.
One of your fucking sheets.
No.
If you sent one of your sheets to 23andMe, the computer would blow up. They couldn't even decide what nationalities.
You know the problem with my love life? You say the shit and people believe you.
It's because it's true.
No, it's not. You know it's not.
You don't fuck them on the street.
You know it's not true.
You don't fuck them in their house.
You know it's not true.
I know for a guy.
Joey.
Let's go over who's gone to your house.
Well, let's not say their names, but the one comic I dated,
my
the
friend
one
from
you
New
didn't
York,
like.
but I love him to death.
Your friend from New York.
Yeah. The guy I think is crazy. He plays cards.
I'm not sure.
The one that you fucking.
Oh yeah, that guy, of course. But we dated, and we still, that's been my longest on and off thing in my life.
You fucking terrorized his home when the man was sleeping.
He has done. He put his gun out in front of me and shot a hole in a wall.
Well, wouldn't you if I dated you?
No. I'm amazing. I'm
leg.
loyal. I'm fun. I'm nice. I'm smart. I'm cute.
Right,
I don't
else
cheat.
Has been at your house?
The comic you were ashamed of me for dating.
Okay. Who else?
And recently, I mean,
the MMA fighter, the young one. Yeah.
The one I just told you about?
No, the young one that you robbed the crib with. Don't make me say his name.
Don't say his name, but I don't know who you're talking about. I don't think I hooked up with another MMA fighter.
Yes, you did at your house. He came on your stomach. So let's just pretend.
Who? No.
Let's just pretend 6 or 7 guys.
I've never fucked an MMA fighter.
Let's say that sperm dripped on your sheet.
I did fuck one, but are you talking about the one?
Shh, don't worry about it.
I don't know who you mean.
No names. I'm not saying nothing bad about
young. How young?
But you got a lot of.
You're talking
There's a lot of fucked up sperm on your mattress.
There is not, Joey.
And it's like little mushrooms.
Kill you. I'm gonna kill.
If you separate your 2 mattresses, smell under that.
The wizard.
That's
it.
That's bad enough.
That's it. It's like 4 guys.
And he's got to have some disease, a VD.
He doesn't. I got tested after him.
But he's got some in his sperm.
He's crazy.
From drugs and shit. So
no, he
all
doesn't.
that stuff left around your house. From time to time, people may or may not bring powder over there.
Joey!
There's condom dust.
There's nothing in my house like that.
They just had a report.
Do you know how long it's been since I fucked in my own house?
They just found the report.
I'm going to kill you.
That condoms, when you pull them apart, release this particle into the air that could cause some type of carcinogens to your lungs.
Of course.
They were arguing whether or not women should
Condoms are
suck
bad
dick
for
with
you.
a condom.
You shouldn't use condoms.
When you bang a guy, you suck his dick raw, or you suck it with a condom.
Are you kidding? Who sucks a dick with a condom?
Okay, thank God.
Are you insane? I only use condoms when it's someone I know fucks a lot of people. Because this is the way I think of it, and probably I'm gonna get I hope I don't get like canceled for this, but whatever. Like,
Who's gonna cancel you?
I don't know. What is there to cancel?
You by the pool?
Listen,
Who gives a fuck?
I have me by the pool. It's canceled.
The show.
Joey, that's mean. I have stuff happening.
What are you gonna cancel?
No, it'll work with
by
me.
the pool with Paulie Shore.
Listen,
Who cares?
Joey, that is mean.
No, it's the truth. I'm in the same position. What are they gonna cancel on me? This? What are they gonna do? Evict me? What are they gonna do? What are you going to take?
That's a good point.
What are you going to do?
That's a good point. There's
I
nothing
can't do
to take.
stand-up no
You're right.
more?
You're right.
We got nothing to lose.
It's going to be uncancelable.
That's what the party is.
This is my theory on condoms.
That's why this party is so good, because you can't fuck with us no more.
I actually said to someone, I go, Joey is like unme-tooable because everything he says is so offensive that like you're like, what's serious, what's not, who the fuck knows? Like it's all like you're the only guy who could pull your balls out in front of me after I told you not to, and somehow I thought it was awesome and funny instead of non-consent.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Everybody, we are comedians. Okay, that's number one. We are comedians. I was just thinking about a time.
Where are we going with that? There's a point.
I was just thinking about a time.
You can't babysit Mercy.
No.
Yeah, you can't babysit Mercy.
There was a point.
If Mercy goes in your house, you got to walk in there like one of those Chinese chicks with a mask on.
Condoms. Shut up, Joey. That's not
Because
true.
you can't breathe in there.
She's going to love my gift.
Let me explain something to you. First off, there's got to be a bunch of ghosts in your house. Because those little
There's a
sperm
couple
loads
ghosts.
become ghosts. Like at night, do you hear little ooh?
I have not had that many dudes in my house.
It doesn't matter. They
You know
came on
why?
your
Because it's a
stomach.
shithole. I don't bring millionaires to my house. And most of the guys I date have money, so I'm embarrassed to bring them to my apartment, so I never let them see it.
That's what guys like, to see
Really?
you in your most miserable way.
I'm not
That's why
miserable.
we fuck you like animals. You're
My
an
place
animal.
is cute. It's just
When Lee used to date his girlfriend, I used to tell her, "Why do you treat her like this? She lives under a bridge. Why are you taking her out to
my
sushi
place
at a
is
thing?"
cute. It's just in a bad neighborhood.
Okay. You have animals like rats?
No,
Okay.
there's a raccoon that hangs out.
Yeah, no. Going into your house, I got to go in there like a Chinese
I'll bring
person
you
with a
in.
mask.
No, Joey.
That's what they should
It's
call your
really cute,
apartment.
actually.
Wu-en.
My place is so
What, you
cute.
never heard of
Ask,
it?
you know who see
Wu-en.
my apartment? You know who looked at the apartment with me? Bobby Lee went and looked at it with me before I rented it. He's like, this place is really cute. But then
That's
the
when you
neighborhood
were dating him.
went downhill. Yeah, but I never fucked him there. Anyway, listen, condoms.
No disrespect. I just got to be honest with you. It's like Wu-en in your apartment. Like people would fuck.
That's not
You
true
gotta bring a
at all.
little
And this
man.
is the problem: is people believe you, and now probably like nice guys that I've talked to will listen to this shit and think it's real, and then they won't date me. Rogan told somebody I have a hoe phone. I'm gonna kill you guys.
What is a whole phone?
A second phone for hoes. I don't have that. I just have two phones.
You don't even have a whole phone. You work like Batman. They just flash a fucking light into the sky with a dick. A big black dick goes in the sky, and you all of a sudden get illuminated. Like there's a big black dick that calls.
No, I shine the dick for them to come over.
Yeah, they come
No.
over. Yeah,
That's really
sure.
funny though. I can't use that. It's hilarious.
You can use it. It's yours.
Here's
you know
the thing.
Me. I don't care.
Let's talk about this condom thing, because I'm passionate about this.
What happened with condoms?
I think here's my argument for condoms. Every STD is curable except for herpes. What, Lee? You have something to say?
Yes, that's my
Please
nightmare
don't
to
get
get
him
herpes.
started. He needs herpes, so his whole life
No, he
will
doesn't.
change. I know tons of people.
You can't
had
just
herpes.
catch it without seeing the outbreak. My point was going to be that the only things that are not curable are HIV and herpes, although HIV is very manageable these days. I don't have it, but very hard to catch HIV, especially as a straight woman. And herpes, if there's no outbreak, you can't catch. So basically, I'm like, why use condoms? Pregnancy? But I know I'm not going to have the kid. So then why use a condom? The condoms to protect the guy, not me.
So this last weekend, you had unprotected sex in Phoenix.
They got
Technically.
Carl's Jr. Who cares?
But
And you don't wear protection, like I could come unload in you. And
no, I won't let you come at me.
Nobody could come in you.
No, pull out. If you want to come at me, you got to put a condom on.
Nobody pulls out. because
Everybody pulls out.
The problem is you're all wrong.
Everybody pulls
It
out.
ejaculates
Pre-ejac.
two times before you even think
Yeah,
of
but
it.
I got like
Tickle.
4 more eggs.
Okay. I'm just trying to help you out here.
No, in all seriousness, the guy in Phoenix was probably a mistake. I do use condoms with guys I don't know normally. I mean, I don't mean don't know. I mean, if I don't know their situation, like who else they're fucking, if I don't know. But the thing is, this guy told me, you know.
He loved you?
No, but he told me, like, you know, I'm a family guy. My kids are here all the time. I'm not bringing girls. Like, and I believed him because his place did not have any sign of women. But then later.
Did he eat your monkey?
Oh, it was great.
Okay.
The whole night was great. It was absolutely great. He was a total gentleman. He was a gentleman through and through, which is why it was like, even to the end, like when I left in the morning, he walked me out. Most guys just stay in bed.
Did he come in your mouth?
No.
He didn't?
No, he didn't have time.
So why not?
Because he pulled out, you know,
on your stomach
quick.
And your tits?
Well, not quick. The sex wasn't quick. He actually fucked me so long, I was starting to get offended.
Why?
Because I was like, why doesn't he come by now? This is crazy. Usually they come, and then they can go a lot longer again, like the second time, like you said. And this guy fucked me so long the first time, it kind of made me like...
Was he hammered?
Maybe a little bit. I guess that could be it.
That's what I love about you. I love your honesty. A lot of women wouldn't...
I was worried.
I knew a friend. Like I told you guys, I had a friend that was her freak, and I didn't find out till years later. For years, her claim to fame was, "I don't have a boyfriend. Guys don't hit on me." It came to the conclusion that for years she was having twosomes on the road. Like
Twosomes.
The bartender and the busboy come back.
That's
to
a
the
threesome.
Whatever the fuck.
Twosome. That's me and you.
Years later, stories came out that were just
I don't do it ever. This was the only time I ever hooked up on the road.
And I would see her, and she would purposely tell me. And one day, a club owner said, "Yeah, she was here a couple of weeks ago. She did great, but I was a little suspect about her Friday night." I go, "What happened?" He goes, "She left with some weird guys, and the staff told me some weird stuff happened." I go, "What happened?" And they're like, "Well, it wasn't too good. I don't want to repeat it." And I was like, and then I heard it again. Then I heard it from a club owner in Vegas.
I don't ever hook up with anyone who knows anyone, ever.
No, you can't.
In a town that could leave a trail. Like, I don't want any story behind me, ever. So if it does happen, which has only happened, it happened there, happened with the guy in Vegas in the hot tub, but that guy wasn't, you know, that we hung out 3 times. But, like, they aren't in any way associated with comedy, the club. I don't want a story.
Are you ready to settle down?
Well, what does that mean? Kids?
One guy.
Always, if I like them.
Enough with this.
I mean, I'm sure now the guy I like is going to listen to this.
You know, you got to give your pussy a break once in a while.
I don't fuck Joey.
Because I'll tell you what happened. Let me tell you what I realized.
Don't. The last time I had sex was with the guy that you say I attacked, which I didn't. And that was months ago.
I dated a girl for a long time. When I first started dating her, her pussy had a weird wang to her. Because
mine doesn't. It tastes like Skittles.
And then,
so mad.
After about 2 years, her pussy changed completely. 3, it got better. The pussy gets better once it's not getting abused. And
mine has never been abused. You are going to ruin my love life.
Who's abused? I didn't say nothing about abuse.
No, but you said I have to give it a break, but it always has breaks. I barely fuck at all.
No, because when you're home alone, you fucking beat it up.
Oh, you mean masturbating? Even?
Yeah, you got to give it a little breather.
Oh, I've never done that.
You got dildos. You hit it with a hammer.
What? How long?
I don't know.
No masturbating?
No, you told me you had a little clit, so you hit it with a hammer.
I never said I had a little clit.
I thought you said one time in a tweet that why is it so hard for guys to find your clit? And I said,
not mine.
You have a little skinny monkey. It's tough to go deep in there and find that little skinny clam.
He's wrong. I was actually wearing overalls in Orlando, and I put on a little weight, and I had really bad camel toe, and a guy came up to me and said, "Joey's wrong. You don't need to lose any weight in your pussy," to me in the audience.
Wait, you gained a little bit of weight and it went down there?
No, but like it made the pants tighter. So you could see. So he could see camel toe. So then he said that.
So your lips just got fat.
This is why I say, like, this guy, things are going actually kind of good with this dude I like, and now he's gonna listen to this fucking podcast and believe all.
Listen, he's not gonna listen.
Of course, he's gonna listen.
No, he's not.
Well, he's not now because I'm gonna make sure he doesn't.
Don't say that. Then he'll definitely listen.
Nobody's gonna listen to this thing. No guy you're gonna date. What do you think? These people don't know going in?
No, what?
That you're a fucking animal, LaRue?
I'm an animal. Here's the deal. I'm an animal, and I'm a freak, and I like fun, adventurous sex, but I'm not promiscuous. There's a difference. I know I always tell stories on here, but that's because we want good stories. But that's my only story from like the last 6 months.
Please.
I even told
what
this.
About the 3 you didn't tell me about? There's always 3
The last 3 guys I had sex with, let me think.
There's always a by the way with you.
No, but it's the same over and over.
I don't mind
It's the
because I
same
love you
over
to
and
death.
over.
I love you to death. I'm not
Before
gonna
that
judge
guy, it was the hot tub guy. Every time I come here, it's like I fucked one more dude.
Yeah,
never
the
anyone.
time before that, the black dude in Vegas who you puked at.
That's the hot tub guy. Oh, that's
No,
way long ago.
Please.
That was 2 years ago.
Well, what the fuck we're talking about here?
Oh, that's so long
That's
ago.
3 strangers.
And he was a supermodel. That doesn't count. I don't count that. That is an achievement. You know, someday when I'm like 60, now it sounds whorish, but if I'm 60 and I'm like, I fucked this quarterback, this supermodel, this, is it really embarrassing or is it like, wow, good for
It's a good resume.
Honestly. Like grandma
it's
had
a
it
short
going on.
list, but it's A list. It's not long. My phone just rang and I'm sitting on it. Speaking of. Oh, Lord.
I needed this
I shouldn't have
podcast
come
today.
here.
No, I needed this today.
Kill
I told you, it's been a solemn week here in LA, you know, and it's going to be even rougher towards the end of the week. There was no time for preaching or talking about your life or reevaluating this kind of stuff. You know, it just makes you realize that you got to tell people you love them. You got to look at people when they leave and ask them where they're going. And so if they do something, God forbid, these are the ones you hate. You know, when you look at your mother right now, Kate, you said your mother's going through something.
Well, my mom has lupus. She's just getting to the later stages.
Well, if she gets to be 90, by the time she gets to be 90, you know you're waiting for the call. The same thing with you.
Well, that's Andy 90.
I don't wish to mean no disrespect to anybody at this table or even listening. But when people go sudden,
yeah, of course,
it does something to you. It
it's
really
so
does
hard.
something to you.
It's weird because I was actually thinking about that. I was like, it was fascinating to me because I've met him a few times, and it was like interesting to me how much because I never particularly. I'm not saying anything bad about him, but I never particularly was like, he's the greatest guy ever. He was fine. But I still was really broken up when I saw it. It still felt, it's interesting how it can affect you when it's such a shock. I woke up in bed and saw his face and was like, what? Nah.
I landed at 9:30. And the lady said, get ready to land. I thought we still had an hour. I was watching something. I was watching Hustler with Jennifer Lopez on the plane.
Of course you were.
And not that I'm a fan of her, I just wanted to see if she deserved it.
You are a fan of her. You sing along to her songs in the car.
I don't know. If
you sang along
to what song?
to J-Lo.
What song?
If you have my love and I can't. Is that her?
No, I don't like that song.
Well, you sang along to some J-Lo.
I worked on the road as a
You
teacher.
did. No, you sang along.
No, I did not.
I have it on tape.
Listen,
I
worked with a guy. I was a feature act one time in a condo. You know when you're a feature act and you get put with a headliner that is just crazy?
Like you?
This guy was like 40 years old.
No, yeah.
He was married with kids. But the first thing he did when we got to the condo was he put that album was hot.
Which album?
That J-Lo album was
the one
hot
I just sang?
at the time. Yeah.
So I didn't even know if that was her.
He put the poster up of her in his room.
She's hot as shit.
All week long, he listened to that album over and over and over. And all he would talk about is how talented she was.
She
was a
is.
dancer. She drove me fucking nuts. Anyway, it doesn't really matter about the movie. I just put it on because I'll never watch that movie at home. So when the girl opened up, when the stewardess said, we're landing in 30 minutes, the girl opened up the visor. And I said to myself, fuck, it's fucking foggy in L.A.
Oh, yeah, it was.
20 minutes later, we landed. Me and Steve Simone crossed the street. We got in the car and we drove home.
It was actually so foggy that night I went out with Paulie. I was driving toward downtown, and the sensor on the car that senses a forward collision, it kept on saying the sensor can't work because of the fog. I mean, it was so bad.
I didn't know all this. So I go home, and I put my luggage down. I put Twitter, and it says Kobe died. And I'm like, ha, you know, because there's always some.
I didn't think it was real either.
And I called my friend who works for the Lakers. when I went to Google, because I went to Yahoo and it wasn't on the Yahoo page yet at all. But there was little mentions on Twitter. I called my friend, and his first words were, he goes, I'm going to find out who wrote this rumor, and I'm going to fucking take a pipe and go beat them.
Yeah, no one believed it.
And I go, get back to me, let me know what you hear. And that's when he called me. And this is, listen to me, Lee, this is weird. I had to go to CVS. I had to go to Walgreens. And I went to Walgreens. And when I walked into Walgreens, the two women behind the counter were crying. And all of a sudden, tears rushed to my fucking eyes.
I know, me too.
It was like,
weird.
It was like every death I suffered hit me like this one was like
because it's so sudden.
It's so sudden.
It's so unexpected that you're just like, wow, that could be me.
And this is the reaction. This is, you go back to being the junkie fat fuck that I was. As I went on the line, there was a sale for Oreo Double Thick with the two for $5. Oh my God!
You can't say no to that.
And
2 for $5, you got to.
And I was ready to pick up the two things, and I go, "This is part of my disease. This is who I am." When things get bad, it was either drugs, and then it became the food. This is who I am, and I go, "Fuck those Oreos." It was so
good for you, weird. Man. I'm proud of you.
No, don't be proud of me.
No, but that's growth.
But to figure out that but I'm 57 years old.
No, I know, but that's
if
so
I would have figured it out at
matters.
20, I would have been looking like Adonis right now.
Some people never figure it out.
But it was so weird how at that moment I go, that was what I used to do.
Isn't that interesting?
If you would call me in those days and say something like the day we went to Vegas together, and we got the call that Brody died.
Don't make us cry.
I swear to God that, like, I went back to the room and Kate, did I not call you
that was
immediately?
The worst day ever.
I go, come right back to I go, come, because we got food in the room. We had they had already left food for me. I didn't want to eat alone. Like, I called Kate, I go, Kate, do me a favor. I never really want to ask you to come over to my room. I had a huge room. Then our friend
couldn't make me cry thinking about it. It was the hardest
Brett
day.
Came over, and Brett, we were friends, and nobody really brought up Brody. We ate.
It was awkward. It was weird because I found
tried
out
to avoid it.
Well, you flew in after me.
And we didn't fly in together?
No, that show, you had to change your flight because you got to audition or something came up. You had to do it in the morning. So you changed your flight. Are you going to the bathroom? Oh, you changed your flight. So I was there for like 2 hours, and I've never lost. The only person I ever lost like that was my grandfather. That was sudden. He had a heart attack. He was pretty young. But my grandfather was a little estranged. I never lost someone that close that I just talked to like 2 days before. Like, it was... I mean, that was, everybody's had that happen, I guess. But the first time that happens to you, it was just so, I couldn't get my head around it. I couldn't stop crying. I was like, how are we going to do the shows? I'm hysterical. And then you came in and then you deal with it so different. Because I remember, like, I don't even know if you even know this, but like, you didn't say anything about it.
I didn't want to talk about it.
I know.
I didn't want to.
I knew because I know you.
Get myself started.
But do you know that we did Vegas and then we did Tucson and then flying from... It was either Vegas. I think you're flying from Vegas to Tucson. On the plane, you started crying, but you didn't say a word. But you just put your hand on me, and I knew that was like you finally let it.
I couldn't
out.
I had a job to do.
You had to do the show. That show was so hard.
I couldn't do that. That Vegas show that first night.
It was so hard.
I dedicated it to him, but there was to go up there and try to be funny and don't get me wrong, folks. It's my job.
It's our job. But also,
I've been doing it for 28 years.
That venue was the worst one for that because it was a pitch black. It was a spotlight, and you couldn't see one person's face, so there wasn't even like another human to connect to. It was just,
I like that. That's how I like it.
I do too sometimes.
I don't want to see nobody's faces because I didn't want them to look at me break down.
I wanted to see their faces, so I wasn't like in a void.
At the end, when I said I dedicate this show to Brody, as I turned, the tears were going to fall out, but I didn't want people to see me cry. And then we went to Tucson. I avoided even going into my head.
I know. I was starting to be like, is he going to bring it up?
No.
Oh, it's hard.
We went to eat. We did whatever. We smoked pot. We did the show. When I got back to the room that night, I broke down. And I broke down because I didn't break down like I was supposed to on Friday. I cried on the plane by myself, but I was sitting there and people were starting to watch me.
No one noticed.
And on the plane they were. The two people next to me looked at me, and the tears
I've cried on
coming
so
down,
many flights.
And I controlled myself, And then once I saw you that Sunday, because for me, that's
it.
It's so surreal. No, it's so in layers. Like, I'm just starting to come to grips. Like, a couple of weeks ago, I asked Lee about something, and he goes, well, Steve Simone is doing something for Brody. I go, what the fuck are they doing for Brody when his anniversary's coming up in 2 months? Number one. Number two, I'm just starting to, like, his phone number is still in my thing.
I still follow him on social media. I know.
Ralphie May on
Me
my
too.
thing. To me, they're not dead. They're just
know.
on a vacation.
That's how you have to
have
think
to
of
deal
it.
with it.
Yeah.
But eventually, I'm going to have to pay the piper.
What do
You
you
always
mean?
have to pay the piper. I
Deal with
this,
it, you
I
mean?
did this with my mother, and it came back 5 years later to haunt me. So all this dealings, you got to deal with this shit. When it comes to death, you have to deal with this
What
shit.
can you do besides cry it out? And
Right. Fight it. You're going to have bad days. You're going to think about them. It's the weirdest fucking thing because, like, every time I'm at the light at Starbucks, I think of Brody, and I avoid it. I try to get into the song.
I think of him every time I see that billboard behind Pink Dot where he had
And
his.
then when you go upstairs to the fucking belly room, they got that picture.
I
You're about
know.
to do comedy, and somebody punches you in the
I
fucking
know.
chest before you go up the stairs.
His picture's in every
By the
room.
time I get upstairs, I got fucking anxiety from seeing that fucking
That picture is huge.
That picture
too.
has
It's
to come
life
down.
bigger than life
I want it
size.
somewhere else because as soon as you go
think the same.
You
It
go to
makes
a
you
back
sad.
bar to have a drink and to talk to your friends or to get a slice of pizza, and they got a big fucking picture of Brody right there.
It's
who I
huge.
love, but it just takes.
It's true. Every time you're having a great
It's like
moment, you
getting ready.
see it and it kind of
It's like
punches
getting
you in
ready
the
to fuck
gut.
somebody, sucking their titties. You go down there and you feel that string, and you go, God damn it! I just blew 160.
Is that really happen?
And this bitch have.
I always warn
period.
guys.
Huh?
I always warn them.
Before they call you.
No.
Like if I call you and go, would you like to go to dinner on a Friday night? And you agree to me to go to Dan Tanner's, and on the way home I go to reach between your legs and you got a little fuse.
Do you want to know the truth?
Yes.
If it's a date where I would normally have fucked you and I know that I can't because my period's that bad, I won't go out with you if we're not
Good
boyfriend
for you.
girlfriend. But if it's like a first date and I wouldn't fuck you anyway, I still will. Because I don't fuck guys on the first date ever.
No, not you.
Except for Phoenix.
I
Except
don't.
for Phoenix,
That wasn't a
except for the
date.
model, except for the.
Okay, hold on. That wasn't. I knew him.
Let me tell you something.
Wait, the
people.
model, I knew him.
If you think the questioning and the fucking
Joey-
Harvey Weinstein case is crazy,
You know what?
This here
This
would
is
blow your
bullshit.
fucking mind.
I knew the model for 3 years. I saw him all over the place all the time.
I know.
Wasn't the first time.
There's always a first. Listen, it's never as good as the first time. Shot day.
I'm saying it wasn't the first date. You know what? If you saw a hot supermodel get naked on a stage in a shower and all the girls were trying to fuck him, I admit, I've grown up a little. But there was a time when I was very insecure because no one liked me. I got made fun of. I was ugly. I couldn't get any of the boys I wanted. So I admit there's a little piece of me that when I could fuck the hottest male model in the world was like, oh my God, I never could. Like, I can't believe I'm going to get to fuck this guy. And I did. So, you know what? Fine.
I'm not mad at you.
But I don't do it often. You're wrong. But I
No,
have a
you
whole list and
never.
I know the numbers. I know, all their names. I feel guilty.
You go the other night. All right, for example, I see her at the store the other night. Right? I bump into her for 2 minutes. I'm
What did
looking
I
at her.
do? Oh, yeah. You
She looked beautiful. She was.
I did look good that
she
night.
was all done up.
Thank you.
Now I know when a woman's going out to do comedy, and I know when a woman's putting out a scent of must that they want dick.
I
That
did a
night-
show that night.
That night she wanted dick. So I knew this. I didn't say nothing to nobody.
I really did.
She left. I hooked you up with a black dude with the beard, my friend. I
yeah,
even tried to
yeah.
get you. He's got a big dick. That dude did porn.
Are you crazy?
He did porn.
I wouldn't fuck that guy.
You might as well.
He
gives
looked
you
like Black
powder.
Santa.
He gives you powder. You suck his dick.
Joey.
He's got like a 22-inch dick cold.
No.
He did porn for years. That's how I
So
met him.
what? That's even more reason I don't want to.
When
I'm
I
done
first-
with porn.
When I first met him,
Stars.
he lived. When I first met that dude, he lived with two white chicks.
I
Up
gotta
the
stop
corner
coming
here.
here.
And I,
Someone kill me
and I
now.
would go up there to get coke from him. And he would have his girlfriend and her sister sucking his dick in the afternoon. You don't know how many times I'd walk in. I go, "Where are you?" And he goes, "In the couch, but don't come back here." And both of them would be in there. And I'd look in, and the girlfriend was really pretty, but the sister was kind of ugly. And she'd be naked. He would make both the sisters suck his dick at 2 in the afternoon. And I go
And I would take him. You're like, Kate'll take this guy home.
Kate, he's got like a 20-inch dick. And
I don't want a 20-inch dick. That's too big.
Well, I'm trying to,
That's too big. I don't want anything above 10, and that's a little big.
Listen, I'm like Cupid. You know how many
You're not like Cupid.
You know how many couples I've set up that got married? The couple in Fort Lauderdale. I set them up. I set up 3 couples right now that are happily married. I set up. I see and
I know. What do you think about my little crush guy? Too young.
Who? The fighter?
One I told you about.
He's a sweetheart.
I'm a fighter.
He's a sweetheart, but he's he's not for you. The dude you needed was Brent from BJJ.
Joey.
That's what you needed.
Joey.
Down,
what are you? How high are you that you're naming names and shit?
Brent was a nice guy. Brent's my brother.
He is a nice guy. I love him. He's adorable.
You and him
very
were
sweet.
Cupid from heaven. Cupid shot an arrow into both your hearts. You went to the other direction. You want one night stand.
I do not want one night stand. I've had lots of boyfriends.
I know.
I want no, like, that's not what I meant. I meant relationship.
This is worse than the Law and Order episode.
We shouldn't have done it. I don't want one night stands. I've only fucked 23 people.
I can never do a crime with Kate because now she's only fucked 23 people.
I have the list. It's at Bronston's house in Venice.
That was last year.
Me and Bronston made a list. You know what? Actually, it's probably like 25 by now.
25? That was
nothing.
The last 18 months.
No, I haven't. Here, I'll tell you the truth. After the Wizard,
you do 2.5 a month. You average 2.5 a month.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, here's what you forget. Okay, the guy, let's call him the comic guy that I actually dated, the longest on-off dude. He's my go-to when I'm in between guys. So what I do is I date guys I see potential with, and I try not to fuck them until I'm sure.
You got like 10 to go guys.
No, I don't have any to go guys. I swear to God.
Where do you keep this list?
Do you know how many nights I've been so? Last night I text my buddy Aiden. I have a text, and I said, "I'm so horny right now. I would fuck you, and you're gay."
Let me explain something to you.
I have no one.
I see her the other night.
Right.
She leaves. I know. And
I didn't
a
fuck
friend
anybody.
of mine came up to me. He also has a freak radar like me.
Okay.
And he goes, Kate Quigley wanted cock tonight. That's exactly
Who said that?
This guy that I know, that's a friend of mine, came over to me later and he goes, Kate Quigley looks very beautiful tonight.
Thanks.
But she wanted cock tonight. I know that. I call her up and she's...
I was in bed.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I did not fuck anybody.
She was in an Uber.
She
was getting an Uber, which corrected me. She was going home to text and find victims.
No, I was.
She goes, bro. She's like,
no, I didn't. It was Saturday night.
She goes on like Reddit and she'll type.
You're so full of shit.
I'm a blonde looking for dick. I got powder and all this shit.
No, I don't.
I called her up. I go, you okay? She goes, yeah. I was worried about it. No problem.
I'm gonna kill you.
The next morning I call up. I go, what's going on?
I did nothing. I told you.
Last night?
I said I did nothing.
I didn't do nothing. She goes, but I did have phone sex with a guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
See what I'm saying? There's always something. You're like Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, I feel bad about that guy.
Guys, you don't understand. For me,
I forgot about that.
I'm a 57-year-old man. But I'm married. I have a daughter. And I still like to laugh and hear a good story. And when I want a good story, all I need to do is call Kate.
But wait, let me say something about that.
I have friends that fulfill different voids in my life.
But think about this.
When I want to be depressed, I call Lee. When I want to hear about depression, I call Lee. Like, what are you doing, Lee? Nothing. Sitting here. I just got back from doing 2 spots, Lee. You know it's 9:45 at night and you're 30 years old. Go out, mug somebody, get a hookup, do something. So I have friends that fulfill different voids. Like if I want to feel good about myself, I just call Lee.
It's true, but when I'm
sitting there at 5, when I'm sitting there at 10:30, suicidal, ready to decide whether I should eat that next edible. Like when I'm sitting there, it's 10:30, and I'm like, should I eat another fucking... By the way, I get my edibles tonight. Thank God I've been waiting. I'm getting the ATX 100 milligrams. I'll be ready for New York.
Is that as good as... I missed the Stars of Death. I need new edibles.
No, these are better than Stars of Death.
I want some.
When I'm feeling that depressed and I'm like, I should be doing something in my life. I got married. I got a kid. I call Lee. Because I know Lee.
Because he's doing so much more?
No,
Lee,
but I have fun by myself.
Lee, what are you doing? I'm sitting here. I just got back from Bert's back rack and whatever. I go,
he calls me and I don't have a story, and then if I don't have a story, he's like, "What happened to my Kate Quigley? Where's your story?"
Like, what the fuck?
But then when I do have a story, he's like, "You gotta stop. When are you gonna settle down? Quit fucking these fucking."
Because she fucks the wrong people.
I don't always. I'm getting better. Listen, after the Wizard, there's only been 2. After the Wizard, there was the guy in Vegas. The one guy I dated.
After the Wizard, did you do a cleanse? Did you go see a Santeria priest or something?
I actually went to a shaman after the Wizard. Okay, Jim Florentine sent me there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a chicken and.
It's a guy that got Artie Lang sober.
Yeah,
he helped me.
We'll clean your pussy.
He
with
did
it.
it.
We'll cut his head
it's
off,
done. I got tested. I was fine because, like I said, nothing is really important. And I've never had an STD. I've only had one yeast infection my whole life. My pussy's very clean. It tastes good. You know what? Summer's Eve.
Oh, the vaginal scrub?
The best shit ever.
That's the best shit ever.
It makes it taste like Skittles.
For what?
You use it. I used to use it years ago.
It sounds like you still use it.
When I was about 38 and I was on the road, I wanted my balls to be in tip-top magoo at all times. And from fucking chicks, your helmet smells weird. It gets a weird smell to it. And
yeah, but now it smells like a pussy.
And one night I was on the road with a girl, and we had to share a condo.
I thought you were going to say condo.
I went into the bathroom, and I didn't have any soap. So the only thing I had was the Summer's Eve vaginal
The stuff
scrub.
is a bomb.
I put it on the fucking hand towel, and I started washing myself.
It's on my whole body.
And I washed my balls real good and my dick. And let me tell you something. My balls were never that shiny. And
you don't understand. That shit is amazing.
It's tremendous.
I started using
Summer's Eve.
Yeah.
If you're a man and you want to get your balls licked with no women making faces or nothing, get Summer's Eve vaginal scrub.
Shit is
you
out.
use
It's
that
amazing.
and combine that with Manscaped, the revitalizer for your nutsack. Women will love to fucking suck.
I even
balls.
carry the Summer's Eve.
You'll think
wipes.
it's 4th of July every day, do you?
Yeah, because just in case, like, then you have it. Because the thing is, it also, for men, it's different, but for women, it actually regulates your pH balance. So you stay the way you're supposed to smell. So, honestly, like, a guy even said to me, when I started using them, a girl recommended it to me. I started using them. A month later, this guy goes down on me. He's like, "You're the best tasting pussy." I was like, wow, Summer's Eve. Like, it works.
It works. Let me tell you something. We've done a lot of podcasts in our day.
Can I say one thing?
What?
Can I say one thing? The reason I had phone sex is because I was horny and had no one to hit up, which just want to point out ruins your theory that I have a bunch of... This guy was like out of town.
But tell me that you didn't call everybody you could before you did phone
There
sex.
isn't anyone right now.
You
There's
called.
only one guy I can hit up for sex.
I guarantee if I go to your...
I don't have any guys in town.
You're the type of bitch that'll call 911 to report a fake crime so you can suck the cop's dick. You know what I'm saying?
I did tweet that once.
And I ain't mad at you, but that's not a bad idea, Kate.
I did tweet that once.
That's not a bad idea.
I did.
That's a fantasy and a half. You're
think
playing
she's
with
like
your
Fireman,
monkey. You open up
I like
the
my
door
UPS guy. He's
You
hot.
open up the door with your robe on with one tit hanging out.
Nah, I don't fuck strangers. I'm telling you, I gotta have a
No,
connection.
You just said UPS guy.
I didn't fuck him. He's just cute.
You understand what I deal with? What are these dates you got on the books?
Oh, road dates? I thought you meant like dates.
No.
Road dates. Actually, I've got... Oh, Valentine's Day. I'm doing Kansas City. I'm so excited. And it's free. I'm going to do comps for single ladies on Valentine's Day. So
you're doing Friday and Saturday? At the
Thursday,
Kansas
Friday, Saturday. Kansas City Comedy Club.
Good club. Good people. I heard.
And then I'm
Very
in
good
Edmonton in March and Akron, Ohio.
Well, I'm happy you could add some happiness today because I wanted a complete different podcast. People need it right now. I wanted to go off the rails today.
I've been wanting
if
to.
I could get acid and all that shit, and if I didn't have to do some shit this afternoon, I would have fucking got something. Angel dust, animal tranquilizers. I would have gone down some fucking road. But I got responsibilities. I got spots. No, I know it's never.
You have spot.
It's never too late. I got spots.
I have spot
tonight. By the way, thank you for giving me the heads up on that one gig. Anyway, let me talk to you people real quick about something before we even get the fuck out of here. Valentine's Day is around the corner. Whether you're single, you're not. Listen, can you imagine finally you get a date and you pull your pants off and your underwears look like they've been through fucking hell? You got skid marks. Looks like somebody shot a musket in them. You ever see the man? Next time you judge a man, look at their underwear.
Oh, disgusting.
Fucking disgusting. I have a rotating stock of MeUndies. Why? Because over the years, they kept sending them. I got everything. I got red ones, green ones. What colors do I have on today? I got like the
Let me see them. Let me see them.
Polish fucking flag.
Take them up. Oh my God, they're so cute. They're flowers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I love them.
We ain't fucking around here today. That's what I do for Manscaped. I love Manscaped.
MeUndies.
MeUndies. I love MeUndies. Anyway, MeUndies right now has matching underwear for you and your girl for Valentine's Day. They got lots of special prints for you to get in the mood for Valentine's Day. And if you don't have a special someone, MeUndies has something even better. If you got a dog and a cat, they can match them too with MeUndies, all right? They're called Buddy Bands. Bandanas made from their signature micro Modal material so your dog can look just like you. That's man's best friend for a reason. Plus, MeUndies has fucking everything. Socks, loungewear, joggers, robes, slippers, even baby clothes. Personally, I'm in all on the joggers. You know that. Because you know how much your fucking Uncle Joey loves comfort. And these things are comfortable as fuck. They hold your nuts perfectly. You never sweating them. I could smell my balls at 9 o'clock at night and go, wow.
Wow.
When I wore cotton underwear.
You should make a ball candle.
I'll mail it right to your house. You and your little buddy, your little bed bugs in your bed can sniff them. Anyway, I love fucking MeUndies. Speaking of love, MeUndies is showing you the love with a killer offer for the church family. You ready? Go to MeUndies.com/Joey, and I'm going to give you 15% off and free shipping on your first purchase. Plus, you get MeUndies 100% satisfaction guarantee. Again, grab your pen. That's 15% off and free shipping. You and your girlfriend, nice matching underwear. Come on, who's better than you? And if you show up to the Tempe Improv that weekend and pull your fucking pants down, I'll send you a shot of fucking tequila right there from the stage. How's that? Matching me underwear for you and your woman. What are you, fucking nuts? That's what MeUndies does for you. Go to MeUndies.com right now /Joey and get 15% off, all right? One more time, MeUndies.com /Joey. 15% off for your first purchase, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. And slip into something more comfortable than those fucking shit-stained pieces of shit you got on. Women smell those when you go to the bathroom. You know that. When you're naked and you go to the bathroom, a woman will reach over and smell your underwear to judge you. And they have every right to fucking judge you. You filthy motherfuckers.
Lee,
go to MeUndies. What was the song of the day today?
Cashmere.
Cashmere by Led Zeppelin. That's the song of the day. Listen, Tempe weekend, Valentine's Day weekend. The party starts on the 13th, Tempe Improv, and then February 29th, I'm at motherfucking Treasure Island. Get your tickets now. That's it, and that's that. I want to thank my favorite sister in the world who is like fucking, I gotta call Harvey's attorney tonight and get her in the mix.
Be alone forever.
Oh my God.
I love you so much.
I love you too. Thank you very much for being a guest today because I wanted happiness in here. I didn't want to drag a fucking dog in here today. I wasn't in the mood. I just wanted to laugh and giggle and act like an asshole. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Flying Jew, I love you, little brother. I hope you're doing well. It was the 75th anniversary yesterday of what those fucking evil cocksuckers did to your tribe. And I was fucking embarrassed. I was sitting on the couch crying. Fuck those Nazi motherfuckers. I hope they all burn in fucking hell. Anyway, I love you guys. Go to joeydiaz.net and get your tour dates, and that's it. I'll see you next week. Enjoy your Wednesday.
Oh my God, my life is over. I'm going to kill you, Joey.
You love that one.
That was fun. Church, what's happening now?